God damn! He got you out the paint. Good weak ass out. Now watch him go crazy and start killing motherfuckers.
Prince Daemon Targaryen wishes to continue in a contest.
Oh, so that's the rule. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's some hellified shit. Oh boy, he took the dark sister from me. That surgery is terrible because they don't know what the fuck they doing. They literally just reaching in her. Get your weak ass down.
Yield.
He's not going to.
Yield.
Damn.
Gods, he's Dornish.
I was hoping to ask for the princess's favor.
I wish you luck, Sir Criston.
Congratulations, Your Grace. You have a son.
It's a boy.
Had you and the Queen chosen a name?
Balon.
Balon. Nobody better fuck with them two silver-haired black kids. Don't fuck around with me. Nothing better happen to them this whole fucking show. I'm not fucking around. I'm not fucking around. I was thinking that shit because they was just so innocent watching all these people dying in front of them. And I'm like, nothing better happen to them, dog. Yeah, I heard it gurgling and stuff.
Dracarys!
Shall we say his name? Daemon Targaryen.
Look at what he did with the gold cloaks. The City Watch is fiercely loyal to him. An army 2,000 strong.
An army you gave him, Otto. I named Daemon Master of Laws, but you said he was a tyrant. As Master of Coin, you said he was a spendthrift that would beggar the realm. Putting Daemon in command of
Otto,
the
so
City
you gave him a
Watch
bunch of
was
motherfuckers
your
with
solution.
swords?
A half measure, Your Grace.
But if the gods should visit some further tragedy on you, either by design or accident...
What are you saying? My brother would murder me. Take my crown.
Man, you goofy, man. Come on.
Please. Daemon has ambition, yes. But not for the throne. He lacks the patience for it.
The gods have yet to make a man who lacks the patience for absolute power. The king's firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
Daemon would be a second Maegor, or worse. It is the duty of this council to protect the king and the realm from him. I'm sorry, Your Grace, but that is the truth as I see it, and I know that others here agree.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
There are others who would have a claim. Rhaenys was the only child of Jaehaerys' eldest son. She had a strong claim at the Great Council, and she already has a male
Just
heir.
moments ago, you announced your support for Daemon.
If we cannot agree on an heir, then how can we
My
expect a
wife
realm?
and son are dead! I will not sit here and suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses!
My man was doing a get in where you fit in. Yeah, I did say Daemon, but now, you know, y'all just bringing up some other shit, and now I'll just... My wife, she deserved that goddamn throne. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I thought you might go to him, offer him comfort.
No, he not saying what I think he's saying.
In his chambers.
He'll be glad of a visitor. You might wear one of your mother's dresses.
When my mother died, people only ever spoke to me in riddles. All I wanted was for someone to say that they were sorry for what happened to me. I'm very sorry, Your Grace.
The prince will speak! Silence!
I fully expected him to say some
Before we
villainous shit.
begin, Your Grace, I have a report
Oh,
I
he
feel
did. Okay, good.
compelled to share.
Yep.
King and council have long rued my position as next in line for the throne.
He toasted Prince Balon,
The king's son.
styling him the heir for a day.
Yeah, that's grimy.
You will address me as your grace, or I will have my Kingsguard cut out your tongue. The heir for a day. Did you say it?
We must all mourn in our own way, Your Grace.
My family has just been destroyed. You chose to celebrate your own rise! laughing with your whores and your leg spittles. I have only ever defended you.
You've only ever tried to send me away to the Vale, to the City Watch. Anywhere but by your side. 10 years you've been king, and yet not once have you asked me to be your hand.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm your brother. I see Otto Hightower for what he is.
An unwavering and loyal hand.
A cunt. A second son who stands to inherit nothing he doesn't seize for himself. He doesn't protect you. I would.
From what?
Yourself. You're weak.
You gonna let him G you?
Viserys.
I have decided to name a new heir.
I'm your heir.
Not anymore. You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once. By order of your king.
Your Grace.
He about to turn that motherfucker upside down with that City Watch. Y'all think he just gonna leave? He might just leave. This is the first episode. They might not get it that popping so early.
Everyone says Targaryens are closer to the gods than to men. But they say that because of our dragons. Without them, we're just like everyone else.
The idea that we control the dragons is an illusion. They are a power man should never have trifled with. I have wasted the years since you were born, wanting for a son. I believe, as I know she did, that you could be a great ruling queen.
Daemon is your heir.
Daemon was not made to wear the crown.
Corlys of House Velaryon, Lord of the Tides, and Master of Driftmark.
Aye.
The
Corlys
Crown
Velaryon.
Princess.
Dragon's saddle is one thing, but the Iron Throne is the most dangerous seat in the realm.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Lord Hobart Hightower, Beacon of the South, Defender of the Citadel.
Boy, you better bow. Better bow.
And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men. Just to begin with a terrible winter, gusting out of the distant north.
I, Rickon Stark, Lord of Winter.
Aegon saw absolute darkness riding on those winds. And if the world of men is to survive, a Targaryen must be seated on the Iron Throne. A king or queen, strong enough to unite the realm against the cold. Aegon called his dream the Song of Ice and Fire. This secret, it's been passed from king to heir since Aegon's time. Now you must promise to carry it and protect it.
Mm-hmm.
You hereby name Rhaenyra Targaryen, Princess of Dragonstone, and heir to the Iron Throne.
So I was wondering how much were they going to do Easter eggs, or I won't even say Easter eggs, just link it to what we know from Game of Thrones. It's already linked by what it is, by its nature, right? To hear that Aegon, he had that dream. He knows, winter is coming. This motherfucker knew winter was coming all the way back then. Got that dagger, got them dragons. We need a Targaryen on the throne. Why? Hey, we rep that fire shit. Okay? It is imperative that we on the throne. That's how he saw it. And that's crazy because they've been passing it down from heir to heir. It's like a thing that only they are supposed to know. Right? And that's interesting. But the way they did it, where he was like, the winter coming from the north, and then they show Rickon Stark looking Starky than a motherfucker. Just black with the fur, with the two wolves on the straps, right? And it was dope how they did that, how they got Rhaenyra to, where we kind of saw that it was going, right? Like we understood what was going to come. I will say, nothing surprising happened in this episode. Nothing. I expected the wife to pass away. The moment she started listing off the tragedies that happened as she tried to have children, I said, in my mind, I don't remember if I verbally said, I was like, oh, nah, she's not going to make it. So he lost a son and he lost his wife. And what I will say is, early on, you see him, he seems kind of goofy and almost unaware of his situation. Like his council seems to be fully aware in certain ways, but not him almost. But what sort of sobers him up and gets him understanding is the death of his wife and son. And I keep saying his. Hold on. Let me get his name. Viserys. Sorry, Viserys. Right? So he by the time we get to his wife and son being gone, Viserys passing away, he just wants to deal with he's mourning, okay? But the council is there for that reason. They're there about the business. We understand this, right? Even if you didn't understand it before you watched Game of Thrones, you got it after. No. Their whole thing is about keeping this whole thing running, right? We saw a bunch of dudes. Now, where they get in and fit in and make their moves and gain from it, okay. But they only gain if this thing stays running. They only maintain if this thing stays running. And what I mean by this thing, I'm talking about the monarchy, okay. So he's just like, this is fucked. Viserys is like, damn, I don't want to hear this. And his brother, Daemon, we immediately knew he was a scumbag, right? Like, the thing that they immediately did right on here is I knew who was what and how they are, right? I'm using words like goofy and like inept or something like that, but we don't really got to take it that far. It's just that Viserys almost sees the good in his situation. He's not looking for the negative, right? Like he's very positive, but that's dangerous for his job. But that doesn't, it's almost like people had to remind him how dangerous that throne is. But by the end, he's letting Rhaenyra know, like, no, this is the most dangerous thing. He knows. And now looking back on it, it was like, no, he was just trying to remain positive. And it goes back to what I said. No, he's reluctant. He got handed that throne and he's doing his duty. He's a man. He's the heir, but it wasn't like he just straight up craved it. It doesn't look like that to me. It looks more like as if the queen craves it. The queen without a throne. Is that how they refer to? I can't recall. Hold on. Let's see her name. Can't remember her name. His Rhaenys, right? Like it. Who was the king's daughter? She is not out and about saying, "Hey, I deserve this." But look at her face. Look at her husband's face. They know what's up. They sitting there like, right? So everybody paying homage and still referring to her in terms of the queen, like the Baratheon, right? So, Baratheons are showing their allegiance. And Rhaenyra even, like my man was hesitant to even show Rhaenyra any, why can't I think of the word? Any, is it fealty? He didn't want to, he wasn't paying homage. But he did. But you can see we gonna have a problem, okay? I just keep going back to Rickard Stark because he has that look of, I got called down here again. Like, I'm here. I just want her to do this shit so I can bounce and go back up to that cold motherfucking space where I feel home, right? Like that. But the sea snake and his wife, that's such an interesting thing, right? Because so we saw multiple like sides to Corlys. And what we saw was that he's practical. He's like, Daemon is the heir. Come on, let's go. He's just about business. Like, why are we beating around the bush and all that? That's one. But two, we saw as soon as there was a question that it could be somebody else, he like, well, we know who could step in. Right? He getting way fit. Like, make no mistake about it. He's practical. He seems to But him and his wife, they do want that. I fuck with that character, Corliss, heavy. Because it's not, from what I see so far, it's not just a character with a black face on it. That nigga be acting black. Like, they all giddy and laugh, ha ha ha, yeah, it was, and talking and joking, and he looking like, man, if y'all don't, and then, you know, she try to come and give the drinks. He like, not right now. This is business time, right? And then when they up at the event and you know, Daemon calls out the Hand's son, that motherfucker was like, he was like, you know, like, you feel me? Where he like, oh, shit getting spicy in this motherfucker, right? He just saying it with his eyes. And that's the thing. It's not some like weird, like over the top anything. But you see him, he clearly doing shit where I'm like, oh, I would have done that. I'd have been in the right? Like I said, when I saw them two little black kids with the silver, I'm like, nothing better happen to them goddamn kids. You know what I mean? They look innocent. They made sure to show them too, seeming very sheltered. Rhaenyra, she seemed into it. Otto, his daughter, she's nervous, right? Like she's a part of it, but you get this. This is what I get from her character. She's in this. Her father tries his best to prepare her for all of this, but she don't want to. It's not like she's built for it. Whereas Rhaenyra, she's kind of, oh, they're committing violent acts. Okay, oh well. But the Hand's daughter, she, you know, she has the thing where she's biting nails and picking at him. You can tell, even though he's trying to prepare her for all this and insert her into this, she's not. She don't want to do that. She just want to chill, you know. And that thing where the Hand sends his daughter to the king, it's like, God damn. For that man to just send his daughter like immediately, wear your mom's dress, you know, it's just a piece. And then, you know, his mother, Rhaenyra's mother, what she said, where she's like, this is our duty, you know, and you'll be here soon enough. And, you know, what she said, just this is the battlefield. We go to battle with a stiff lip or something like that, how she put it, which I get the gist, right? It's like, this is what you do. Just do it to the best of your abilities and be tough about it. But Rhaenyra wanted more. Okay. Daemon, let's talk about Daemon. I mean, they just laid it all out there. At no point where you kind of get, the moment you see this motherfucker Daemon, his name is Daemon. The moment you're like, oh, okay, this is what he is. You look at his armor, right? Everything about him is like, oh, we're going full villain here. But because of that makes me think there's more to him this season, at the very least. I will not assume that they're just straight up showing it. He's just a straight up villain, super villainy. That's what he is, and that's all we can expect of it. There has to be more to it than that. I mean, wearing his black armor with the dragon and, you know, the City Watch shit. Now, that City Watch shit, okay. As I said, it was dangerous. That was part of why I thought his brother seemed naive to me or like goofy. I thought Viserys was that way because why did you put your brother on the City Watch? But you come to find out that the Hand puts him on the City Watch because he didn't want him on all the other stuff. It sounds crazy thinking about it now, but remember, crime and stuff had gotten so out of hand. So to them, City Watch was a little thing. It was like the watch. It was like, let's put him on that, because you put him on the Treasury or you put him on the what was it, Master of Records, some shit like that. All of it, you put him on some important shit. They're like, we can't have that. But they never considered that you're putting him with the people with swords, and you put him with the people with swords very close to the court. And, you know, immediately the first thing I thought, I'm like, oh, this is bad. And it got even worse than what I said. He goes and he just, I mean, people wasn't even doing crimes and shit. They was just trying to strike fear. Like, it didn't even matter. They would just point at people. They said rapists. My man was just standing there. You know, they chopped off arms and all that. And then the hand is trying to tell Viserys, and he's like, you know, sometimes he get out of hand. you know, is crime down? Okay. You know, it's like that sort of thing. And that's where I was thinking, what? But it seems it was all about positivity. But you sitting right here, this is I was about to say a wolf. This is a dragon for real, right? Now, what happened with the hand where they overheard Daemon saying that hellified shit, air for a day? It's like, damn, you know, you fucked up. It's so funny. Like I said, you know, they made him so villainous where I'm like, man, it has to be more to this character than him just being that, because he clearly wants the crown. Oh, hold on. Let's not forget this. We don't watch these shows long enough. His niece, he's willing to with his niece. He's willing to. And that's why I was like, 2 strikes. Not only is she underage, but she's also your niece, you fucking weirdo. But I was like, that's that Targaryen ass shit. But anyway, and then, hold on, I'm sorry. I got a little bit lost. Excuse me. And then Daemon, he says what he says. Has that issue with like I said, it's like creepy with his niece. And then the way he speaks to everyone, the way he is about his wife and all that, and how he treated the hand. The hand is how the hand is, and we could go, he's a dickhead or an asshole, but let's never forget what the hand is. He got to be this way. He has to. But when Daemon went back at him, it wasn't even the way I was like, damn, that was uncalled for. I was like, nah, this is who he is. They're showing us exactly who this guy is, right? And he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, he's just straight up listening in on the council, talking about the heir and all that, and he just laughing, snickering, which lets me think him flying off on the dragon and shit, he just going to prepare. And he even took one of the hoes with him, like he took her to where his wife at, and it's like, you know, this motherfucker, he's just grimy as shit. Yeah. This first episode, it got me into it. I don't have any issues with it. I'm sure if like I was more into the lore, like real deep, there'll be people who have issues and shit like that. But yeah, that's not this channel. I'm just a fan. You know what I mean? So hey, dope episode. Next week, next episode.